Today we're going to have our panel discussion. So we're going to have alumni from the different programs, one being the PSELF, which is the Public Service Emerging Leaders Fellowship, and others from ELF Africa's transformative sessions as well. And we're going to go through their journeys and see how the program has transformed or enhanced their lives, and we see what they have done with what they have learned through these sessions and the impact they have created thus far.
So I'll begin with my first panelist, Deag. Yes, you went through PSELF for a whole year. We would like to know how PSELF impacted your approach towards adult education as well as community empowerment.
When I was posted at Nakuru West as adult instructor by that time, there were quite a number of challenges that were there. And at some point you can even ask, what have I come to do here? Because like we were told, go there, if there is no center, start a center, get the youths. And even this center, we were being told that you can as well even go and get a primary school and borrow the space there if the space is not there. So it was quite challenging. But let me come to during the training, this 1 year training. We were taught on challenges that are facing the public sector. Another person also talked about the 21st century skills that are needed. Another person also I can remember talked about value-driven leader. Where you are, you need not to complain, but how can you add the value? So one thing that I thought of is how now to collaborate, because we were taught much on how to collaborate with people to help you achieve your goals. So through this Safaricom program called Ndoto Zetu program, and remember, there's this speaker from Chandra Institute that taught us how to write stories and how to write a good story, how to inform, and how even also to persuade people to buy your idea. So that's when I wrote a proposal to Safaricom, and just by good luck, they funded my program, my dream for the community, and they equipped our Learning Resource Center with the computers, which now we are using it as something to attract the youth, because remember, these are out-of-school youths, and these are also adults that dropped school long time ago. So how do you motivate them to come back to school and get the certificate? Because truly, these youths are being disadvantaged when it comes to certificate.
All right, thank you there. Our fellows here, public servants, are also innovative. They also have ideas. But how do you mitigate the bureaucracy within the public service to share your idea out there and it's adopted, to reach out even to private partners and your idea sails through?
The most important thing is to CCC, to inform. Like on my side, always you get that I have to talk with the sub-county, I have to talk with the director. Like recently when I was launching online learning platform, I had to involve them such that they don't see, and I had to explain to them, why are we launching? And have a good kind of relationship with them, and things will work for you.
Okay, so we'll go to Antonia. Now, could you kindly share with us an instance where you've had challenges in the office and how you've addressed the current challenges with the new skills that you've gained through the program?
The program was so intense with a lot of skills and knowledge, and in the workplace that I work, the challenge that we have as instructors is you are challenged to start from scratch with nothing. It's upon you to ensure that whatever you are starting works. So personally, I learned a lot of things, but I want to pick one that I learned: staying power. From the chair public service, Ambassador Anthony, I learned to build that staying power. And I learned to know that it is me who is needed there to solve that challenge. I should not run elsewhere. I was able to learn to stay, to build myself, to build where I am, as well as build others.
We've seen recently young people have developed their sense of agency, and we've seen initiatives mushrooming left, right, and center. And one of us here, Eugene, he established the Unlock Summit. It's a leadership summit. We'd like to know what's the motivation behind you establishing that organization, and what role did ELF play?
I didn't have a privilege to come from a very well-off family. I was born out of the wedlock. I met my biological father when I was 21 years old. I grew up under family-based violence. I started my initiative when I was in my 4th year in campus. One of the burdens I had when I was in my 2nd year, I started doing high school ministry. So I could go to high schools and share my story. And it was shocking that every time I finished speaking, 100 of students used to come and tell me, I'm having a family crisis at home, and this very issue is crumbling me, and all that. And now at this point is when I realize our organization is on course, because one of the things we provide is a sense of mentorship and training, especially for the young ones, and especially the students in high schools, of course the students also in the university and all that. One of the things I realized that kill so many dreams is the home factor. And many people get to high school broken. They go to university, they make poor decisions because of the family factor. And when they graduate from the university, they get into the job market. They actually, most of them, they're looking forward to revenge. And there is no some sense of purpose and calling in life. But the second reason, I started Unlock Young Leaders Summit. But when I was in my 4th year, I was given an opportunity by the executive committee of the Christian Union to put together a summit that brings together student leaders. Now, at this time, is when now 2021 coming in, ELF had started the program. So when I checked the program, it was really fitting into my leadership needs at that time. The program came in a time where I really needed to build my leadership muscle and even my mental framework as far as the program was concerned.
What things are you trying to achieve? What goals do you want to achieve with Unlock Leaders Summit?
Thank you. One is to solve the leadership crisis, because Africa, one of the critical issues that Africa is facing right now is the issue of leadership and governance. And one of the things we want to build is to build values-driven leaders, both for now and for the future. There's a committee that sat somewhere and told us we are the leaders of tomorrow. And then young people came and said, no, we are not the leaders of tomorrow, we are the leaders of today. But the big question beckons, and the fact is this: are we behaving like the leaders of today? And therefore, one of the critical concerns of the organization is to build leaders of today and grooming them, because leadership is not something you pursue. Leadership is something you grow. It's something that you grow in, and you have to be groomed. Secondly is the issue of entrepreneurship. That is our second pillar as an organization. And one of the things we are trying to empower young people is to build the entrepreneurial mindset, and that ability to think beyond, to think within the box and actually outside the box.
Lovely. Now we're going to go to Nyamogosa. So Nyamogosa, so during your fellowship time, you were given more responsibilities at the place of work. And could you kindly tell us how the PSELF program contributed to this?
Immediately I received this appointment letter for PSELF program. Everything changed. Because at that time nobody understood what the program is. So when somebody probably hear that you are going for leadership program, we expect much from you because there is much coming out. So that itself amplified. Now, not in a bad way, but in a good way, because why apply and be successful for this particular training? It means there's something that you could be having that we have not realized. The one that stood out is the human approach training that I went through here. That was citizen-centric. That service delivery should be outside, inside, and not inside, outside. So in my place of work, I started implementing this. So the aspect of change started coming, and I introduced what we call gradual process towards change. Now, after that, after using all these skills that I gained, the knowledge that I got, I noticed that there's another thing that is very important, consultation. Constant consultation with the people you're working with. Then the most important thing also is having the principle of reciprocity. Now that once you have all this, trying to engage everyone, people come to understand what you are seeing and they were not seeing. Remember, leadership is seeing what others cannot be able to see, convincing them that this is the direction we need to take. So the way you convince these people to follow you is what makes things be done. And that's what makes the outcome. And I can testify here that through that kind of procedure and following all that I learned, I changed what I wanted to change. And this specifically is the program that was failing, the program that was not attracting any student. By then it was attracting 10. When we attracting here, I mean to CUSIPs. When we say attracting, it means that we usually upload our programs in CUSIPs so that students can pick which courses do they want to join. But I can testify to you that as I'm speaking to you now, we did attract 60 for diploma, 58 for certificate. So it tells you there is a change.
Joan, you are a product of mentorship. You've also been conducting mentorship to various young girls in the community and young boys. So how did participation in the PSELF program influence how you undertake your initiatives?
The mentorship that I've been taught has enabled me, mentor my own people in my section. The first time when I was brought there was that work culture that in Serikali, you hang your coat, you go meander somewhere, you come back. But I always made it a point for myself that I enter work very early, by 7. I do my duties. When a person comes seeking assistance from me, I don't ask, utanipea nini, wapi chai, wapi fish. But I leave everything that I'm doing and give my utmost concentration to that person. That is the first thing. Now you get impact. A person will see that you are giving him or her attention and will go and tell other people, there's this lady in this section, go approach her. She can handle your case. It has also made me come up with initiatives, yeah? Because now that I applied for the internship, I applied without these systems, internet, because back in the village you used to use bundles and stuff. So we came up with a group of my friends, we came up with an initiative called Elimu for Tech, where we try to connect youngsters in the rural areas, not urban, where the connectivity itself has not reached. I'm saying now, uko ndani kabisa, where you don't know anything. So we try to bridge that gap of illiteracy in ICT, and not just ICT, in mentorship, as well as agricultural entrepreneurship. And when it comes to agricultural entrepreneurship, we try coming up with a team, maybe those who are planting avocados, and we connect them to a market so that they don't get these brokers in between who will take more of their money.
We've seen your journey, your self-development journey, as well as professional development. I've seen you taking up so many certifications, also you getting involved in different committees within your sector on matters that you're passionate about. So what advice would you give your peers in terms of engagement and being proactive in the service?
I would really encourage you guys to develop yourself educational-wise. You invest in yourself. I did invest in myself when I paid for my school fees to do the diploma in human resource. I had not done it because I am a political scientist and public administrator. That is my undergraduate from Mo University. So when I joined, I was very green. I didn't know what HR was. I enrolled. It has made me to be more active, to be more goal-oriented. I just don't do anything anyhow, just because somebody tells me. I have to follow the manual that is in the HR procedure manual for 2016. So for you guys, you have to strive. Stop waiting for the government to say, tutakupeleka training, we'll train you. For instance, Ministry of the Interior, there are so many people, right? About 20,000. When are you going to be trained? When are you going to get that funding so that you take yourself to school? You have to do it with whatever small thing that you have for it to pave way for you in the future.
I have a question to Deag. I hope I got the name right. I was just wondering, how do you integrate, how did you integrate the online learning into your workplace with all the bureaucracy and all the protocols that usually happen in integrating a curriculum into, to output it to the learners?
Always when you are posted, you get that you can be posted let's say in Njoro sub-county. And there's nothing. So always they're saying, go there, and if there's no space that you can't get any space, go to nearby primary school or secondary school and ask them for the space, and then from there, start your classes there. So the way I navigated through the process, one, when I went at Nakuru West, first of all, you just know what is always happening. Adult department is one of the departments that has been changed several times from one state department to another. So nothing was completely going on. But I really convinced them that I've got the idea and there's something that we can do. And sometimes when you have got a good idea, you get that everybody is ready to support you. So how to navigate the process is just to involve everybody. You can make yourself deep state there. And how can you make yourself deep state there? I took my time to go through all the churches around Nakuru West. These are local churches. That's where you get the majority. Again, also, through the sub-county, gave me a platform where it was calling me to join the high school principals and primary school principals, their meetings. And they could help me to spread the message. The chiefs also through their WhatsApp, I've got the area chief. At one point, I told him to add me in their WhatsApp so I can explain what is happening in the sub-county. So navigating this process is involving everybody such that everybody is aware of what you are doing. Because there are people that if they are not aware of what you are doing, they will bring you down.
I have a question to the PSELF fellows, the Cohort 1. There's this notion back in our stations, everybody is always asking. You're always leaving work in 2 months or monthly to go and attend those sessions. After your graduation, what next? So there's always that question people are asking, where will you go? But now, how are you handling these your colleagues who are now expecting something big to come from whatever you did? I know it's a challenge you guys have been facing somewhere. How have you been handling it?
It's true. But I can't say for us, for me, when you are asked we've been asked severally, after graduation, what do you become? Do you go to the headquarters? Do you change your position? You tell them no. After graduation, I'm here to make changes here and here. And another thing, when we talk of mentorship, because this program, the entire of this program is about mentorship, you are being cushioned and nurtured to realize the best of your potentials. What do you do with that mentorship? Take it to that office. Tell them that this program, this is what I'm getting. And I'm bringing it to you so that all of us can grow.
You see, you don't need to ask, what am I going to get? You ask yourself, what am I going to give? When you ask yourself, what am I going to give, you get the reasons why you went through this program.